until they found.
Hi, I'm Dave Cyderbaby. This is for Rock Radio UK, and today I'm speaking to two megastars, Lorraine Lewis and Tony West. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, cheerio.
We love the UK. We were just there in February. We love it there.
Love it there.
It's a rock and roll mecca. Rock and roll's alive and well there.
How can you say that? I mean, you guys invented rock and roll.
Wait, who invented rock and roll?
I mean, Elvis for a start, and then you got Johnny Cash, who we're talking about as well.
The United States is a lot different though nowadays, but I think the UK and Europe definitely carry the torch and the flag for rock and roll. And the US wants it too, but I don't know.
Not as much as Europe and not as much as the UK. We were just there in February, and I mean, rock and roll is alive and well, like Tony said, and it reminded me of being back in the day on Sunset Strip, and everybody being out till 3 a.m. and rock and roll clothes, rock and roll attitude. Some of the shows that we saw were mega. There were so many people at the shows. So we know that people are really hungry for rock and roll in the UK and around the world. I mean, obviously, for sure in the United States as well, but we really felt it when we were in the UK. Definitely.
Yeah. You're coming back in a not too distant future as well, aren't you?
Yeah, we're coming back in September with Faster Pussycat. So it's Faster Pussycat, Blacklist Union, and Femme Fatal, and we've got 8 UK dates, and we can't wait. We got a bunch in Germany and Spain and Italy and Ireland and
19 dates in 26 days.
Yeah.
Wow, that's quite a hefty workload, isn't it?
We're ready to rock, man. We're ready to bring it.
So what brings you this way then? I mean, Blacklist Union and Lorraine yourself, that you've tied up as a single release now, even so close after the album release last year. So what's happening is Jackson, I believe, the single.
Yeah, Jackson's the single that me and Lorraine did. It's the Johnny Cash, June Carter song that they made infamous. They didn't write the song actually, but we did get thumbs up from the Carter Cash family and a bunch of peers, and it's super fun. And me and Lorraine have a fun time, like performing together, writing together, we have a good time, and I think it comes across in the video is fun, and it's rocking.
Yeah, it definitely comes across in the video. I mean, we flew to Houston. It was directed by Paul Crosby, who is actually Blacklist Union's manager, Tony's manager, a former drummer from Saliva, so he really gets rock and roll, and he had a game plan for the song. I mean, I will say though, the song originally, like what Tony was saying, June and Johnny Cash, and originally we were going to traditionally record it. And then it was Tony's idea to bring more of a punk rock, Ramones-esque element to it. And I think that was the right call because it gives the song so much energy. And, Tony and I we're rock and roll to the bone, and we're performers, and doing this song together, it's just like, we just had so much fun, and I think it really comes across in the video how much fun we had working together. We've recorded a couple of other things together that are going to be coming out as well, but this is a deal. And people love it. We were just in Hollywood last night, and so many of our peers, come up and tell us that they love the video and that they love the song, and that means everything. When you get people to say something, when you walk around on Sunset Boulevard in Hollywood, you get your peers to
Most
say
of the times,
something.
people in LA don't give a shit. So if they're saying, or if they're reacting, that means, around the world, it's like 100 times. You know what I'm saying? Because LA, they don't care. That's even like when we play, how, we get an audience reaction in LA, and that's rare. And, it's like, that's money in the bank, because most of the time LA doesn't give a shit. People skip LA on their tour itineraries all the time.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Because
we're too
snooty, highfalutin. You know what I mean? Like, just like music snobbery. I don't know,
But in the UK, and we experienced this when we went in February, we went to the Fozzy show, and the crowd was so into it. I don't know that it was sold out. It looked sold out to me, but everyone was wearing the merch and their fists in the air, and whatever Chris
singing the
Jericho
lyric.
asked them to do, they would do. Yeah, it was like,
And then we saw Gilby play. There was a bunch of people there, and then we ran into Karabi, John Karabi, who sang a Motley Crue, of course. What's his band called? Oh, Dead Daisies now.
Yeah.
And, he does well there. And so, but people want rock and roll, and it was part of the general population walking down the street, which was refreshing because LA hasn't been like that in a long time, and neither has New York, and I grew up like that. So it was really refreshing to see that and inspiring.
And it gave us the fire to come back. And that's really in my opinion, how the tour kind of came about. It was sort of like, we said out loud, this is where we need to be.
Yeah.
And then a few months later, that's exactly what happened.
Even a few months.
It was like weeks,
Yeah, a few weeks.
a couple of days.
Manifestation.
Yeah. I mean, that word gets thrown around a lot, but this is for real.
It's a real thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so what drew you to Jackson in the first place? It must have been something. What triggered that initial?
Well,
Spark?
we recorded
Stop Dragging My
Stop
Heart
Dragging
Around.
My Heart Around first, Stevie
Okay.
Nicks, Tom Petty, and a friend of mine, Heidi, who I've known since I was a teenager, my dear friend, she was like, you guys should record Jackson, because we were trying to think of more songs we could do for fun,
Right.
And we were like, that's a great idea. So we just took it to, Chris Johnson, Blacklist Union member number 6, our producer, and we came up with that. So it was just, it was suggested to us basically by our friend.
And
Okay.
she's gonna love the fact that she's been mentioned in an interview today.
Yeah, right.
So I can't wait to tell her. She will love this. Yeah, she actually, we saw her a few weeks ago at the Rainbow, and
She at the Viper Room show when we played the Viper.
yeah, Blacklist Union played May 21st at the Viper Room, and she was at the show. It was a great show, by the way. And I will say, I'll just drop this in. Blacklist Union again, July 18th at the Whiskey A Go Go. Going to be back there. But she was at the show, and the last song of the night, Tony brings me up when we do Jackson together, and she was really excited. And I remember she kept saying all night, this is like one of the first times anybody's taken my advice. And she was like wearing that like a badge. Like she was so happy. So yeah.
And Heidi's rock and roll royalty, she was really best friends with Lemmy and Phil that just passed away from Motorhead. Like, Heidi's been around and is a rock and roll, queen bee in her own right.
Okay. So what are we going?
That's how it came about.
Go on. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say, so that's how the idea came to us.
Yeah.
And then, as I had mentioned a little bit before, I think it was Tony that wanted to put more of an edge to it.
Yeah.
Chris Johnson originally wanted to keep it traditional, and I think that was the right call.
But I always loved Social D's version of Ring of Fire, their Johnny Cash cover. I mean, they brought that song to life and turned so many punk rock kids onto Johnny Cash just by that. And I was one of them. And it made an impact, and that's what I was looking to do, because Johnny Cash is a cool motherfucker. You want to, and plus if you do someone's song, you want to do it your own way. You know what I'm saying? Plus you're in a tribute band, God forbid. I don't want to be.
No, thank you.
I'm not a tribute band guy. I mean, God bless them. They're all making crazy livings doing that stuff, but that's just not me. So.
Yeah, it's unreal. Some of the amount of money these guys make doing tributes and wedding bands and stuff like that.
I just don't want to I don't want to play anyone else's songs. I mean, God bless them, but I want to play my own songs. You know what I mean? And then if I do a cover like we've done with Jackson, we want to do it Blacklist Union style and put our own spin on it. And it's out of respect, man. It's not any. Yeah.
And I think it's really resonated with people, which is great. I think that people really didn't know what to expect, because we were like dropping little hints that we were working together on it. And I think people were pleasantly surprised when they heard it, and it hits you really hard. So I love that. It's all about the rock for me. So
absolutely. So are we hinting at a possible album? You said you've got a few more tracks you're recording as well together.
Blacklist Union is Tony and Blacklist Union are working on their 7th album right now. So he's in the midst of doing that. He can speak to that. And the Femme Fatale album, and this is the first time that we're saying Femme Fatale. I mean, it is me, Lorraine Lewis, but it is Femme Fatale.
Yeah.
That's the band name. But we have an album coming out. I'm hoping to drop it in August, right before the tour is the plan.
Okay.
So I've got
fucking great.
There's
some great songs on there.
Thank you.
I mean, so good and sexy and like deep and Cool. It crosses genres too. It's not specifically.
Yeah, it's a little,
I always tell her, put a little twang on those guitars. It'll go on country radio. It's so good. Like the songs are just great and hooky and great lyrics. And
Yeah.
that's
well,
Lorraine's stuff.
thank you. Well, thank you,
Well, I tell you
sir.
that already, but
I,
Well,
I feel the same about your record, as a matter of fact. I mean, people have no idea what, and I know we're kind of going back and forth with the compliments, but this
yeah.
is not bullshit. Like this is for real. It's like I've been around for the making of his record and listening and watching. And I mean, this guy works really effing hard. People don't really see it. I've been able to see it with a bird's eye view, and people have no idea. But a song called Heavy as the Crown is going to be coming out.
Madam Butterfly is the next single. And I wrote it about Miss Lorraine Lewis. Madame
Okay.
Butterfly, next single, yeah.
Apparently, I am Madame Butterfly, and I love it. And again, and there is a song called "Home Is Where the Heart Lives,"
That's
and
Lorraine's song.
that is a song that I wrote, co-wrote with Steve Brown.
Okay.
And
Um,
we shot the video.
and we shot the video for, and that was definitely inspired by Tony. And you know, I've always wanted to have one of those videos like from back in the day. I never got this video, right? Where, you know, it's behind the scenes and you've got the tour bus and you're on tour and you're missing someone and it goes to black and white. I never got that single and that video because, you know, we were dropped from the label. And that was going to be the third single was going to be our ballad, Rebel. And so I never had a chance to do that video that I always wanted, like Bon Jovi had, you know, all of them. So
Yeah.
Home Sweet Home, you know. So this is Home is Where the Heart Lives is my chance to deliver that song, that type of song, and the video along with it that I've always wanted to do. So stay tuned for that. I'm pretty excited about all of it. It's like a dream come true. And, you know, it's never over. Like I'm the girl that will never go away. So just get used to it.
I mean, to be honest, I'm not putting other bands down, but the music around at the moment can be quite bland, and stuff that you guys have put out in the past have got that edge, that mark, that unique style that has been missing in music for, would I say, a couple of decades?
Yeah, a lot of things sound the same. You know, Ramones sang about that shit in the late 70s, rock and roll radio. That song, like, you know, they sang about how everything was sounding the same. And it's like,
Mm,
you know, sometimes my manager or whatever will be like, you know, active rock, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what is that? And all that shit sounds the same to me. God bless them. Some of them, you know, all my friends, I mean, there's great bands, but, you know, and there's this whole thing, people have to play certain things because it's this corporate thing. Like I just not down with any of that.
no,
That's not who Blacklist Union is, though. I mean, at all. You know, it's yeah, you're rough and tumble street Hollywood rock and roll.
Oh, thanks, honey.
I just came up with that on the spot. Amazing. Aren't I just amazing?
you could use that as a quote on the next album sleeve, couldn't you?
Say that again?
You could use that as a quote on the next album sleeve.
There you go. There you
Yeah.
go. We're
Tell
just
them about your
giving zingers.
single that's coming out with Dee Snider.
Oh,
Oh, well, well, we were keeping that a secret.
Oh.
well, you got to tell me now. Nobody listens. It's fine.
Oh, I think that they do and they will. But okay. Yeah, that's actually the next single that's going to drop for Femme Fatale.
Okay.
After we ride this wave for Jackson. Yeah, originally I had recorded with Lou Gramm from Foreigner. We
Yeah.
recorded the song Heroes by David Bowie. I love the song. I love David's, you know, he's the writer. I love his gift that he gave us.
Mm,
But I went in originally with Lou Gramm, and that was going to be on his album. And then they were getting held up by the record company, this, that, and the other. And then he decided not to release it at all. And he actually thought that too many people had recorded it. You know, it's been recorded by the Hollywood
mm,
Vampires, Duff McKagan. I mean, a lot of people have covered the song, but no one has ever covered it as a duet.
no.
And so I took the song back, the track back, and then Dee Snider fell in my lap actually, and agreed to record the song with me. And so he did his vocals. I had already done my vocals, but Dee went in and recorded his vocals. And then when I heard his vocals, I was like, oh shit, I got to step it up because I was kind of in more of an R&B vibe with Lou. It was more laid back, a little lazier, and Dee just comes in and fucking
Nope.
just Dee Snider's it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I went back in the studio and it was like okay, you did that, I'm going to do this. So, I just had to match his energy and his level, and I really accomplished that. I know that I did. And it's aggressive. He's a very aggressive singer. There's not a lot of intimacy with his voice. It's just all in, and I matched it and we harmonized together great. It's great. So that's coming out. That's going to be the next single for Femme Fatale. And we have a video that we're planning to do for it. And Cleopatra is releasing some collector vinyl for that. They're
Right.
releasing 50 pink vinyl and 50 white vinyl that Dee and I are both autographing. So stay tuned for that if you're listening. But
Excellent. Excellent.
uh,
Um,
that
well, yeah, that's just blown me away actually because you know, I rate D and his style as well as one of the greats. He's one of the great frontmen of rock and roll over the decades, and I've seen him a few times, and it's just like every time he nails it live, and
Right.
I've never seen a bad show with Nick with D. So,
agree. And I think that that was one of the things that happened with, he recently when he decided to leave Twisted Sister and,
mm,
he wasn't really sure he could perform at that level anymore. And I don't know. All I know is what I know, what he did in the studio, and he sounds flippin' amazing.
yeah.
So I'm honored and grateful to work with him for sure.
Okay, so let's get back to the tour. I've got a list here. You start in Southampton on the 2nd of September. KK's Steel Mill on the 3rd, Holy Diver in Stockport, the Patriot in Crumlin, Hard Rock Sleaze, the Underworld, Waterloo, Slay in Glasgow, the Cluny in Newcastle, Limelight in Belfast, and Queen's Hall in Nuneaton. Then you go to Spain for a couple of days, Germany, Italy, and it's all with Faster Pussycat, I believe, in this country.
Yep.
Yeah,
Can you believe that? Look at that list of places we're going to go. I'm so
that's
excited.
amazing.
It is amazing.
Yeah, and you're back in this country for well, a good couple of weeks, and I think, oh, I might have to go and buy a ticket and myself and come along and see you guys.
Well, I was going to say, which show are you going to be at? Because you have to come out and see us. I'm going to open the show. Blacklist Union is direct support, so I'm opening up the show. It's about a 32-minute set.
Mm.
So I'm going to start things off and, I'm bringing it. So you boys are going to have to bring it because
You're
I
gonna have
mean
to up the
business
game, aren't you?
when I'm on stage.
Love that.
So, I'm going to give you guys a show.
Lorraine doesn't mess
I
around.
do not. So Blacklist Union will be ready. Faster Pussycat Tammy is always amazing. Um,
We love Tammy, and we love Faster Pussycat very
yeah.
much.
Yeah.
They're family and beautiful people, and we love them. And
So when,
they cut us a break.
yeah, so when are Blacklist Union going to be releasing the next album? Then you've alluded to it, so you just
Probably next, I think next year we'll release the whole album. We're 5 songs in to a new record. And then we got now 3 covered. That's not including the 3 covers we're gonna have.
right.
Jackson. I did an
And tell me,
Aerosmith cover, and then I did a Tears for Fears cover. But
Okay.
Jesse Eagles of Death Metal, we just recorded that. But so we're halfway through a record. I like to have 10 originals, and we've written 5 so far that I'm really excited about. Madam Butterfly is one of them. And so that'll probably come out next year because we just released Slay the Dragon in September.
Yeah.
Slay the Dragon record, which I'm really proud of that record. There's some great, great songs on that record. I'm really proud of. So.
Yeah, that's still on my rotation as well. So honestly, I mean, just music of this quality from both of you, from well, Faster Pussycat as well, and all what you're doing is it's just superb. Even dare I say, from the heyday of 30, 40 years ago when, when it was all exploded. I mean, you're still pumping out the music that is is relevant. It's still rock and roll. It
well,
still ticks all the boxes and pushes all the buttons for me.
thank you. Yeah, I mean, it's never over. I mean, we're lifers. I mean, that's really something that we know,
Mm,
so we're in it
And we're not
forever.
following any trends or anything like that, too. That's another thing that, like, we rather, I mean, carve our own path. Like, I'm not looking to follow someone else's formula because they've gotten successful by it. Like, I got to stay true to me and my art, what
mm,
I play music that I want to fucking hear, you know. I'm influenced by a lot of punk rock, a lot of Seattle, you know, a lot of rock, you know,
Mm.
so it's all mixed together, you know.
It must have been difficult to follow that path as well with the changes within the industry because there must be pressures from above to do like the social media where the release single after single after single rather than
Yeah,
albums and
that's
stuff
what
like
we're
that.
doing now. Well, the business is morphed into what it is now. It's just different. Everything evolves, you know what I'm saying?
Mm,
So to stay relevant, you got to constantly put out content and the social media thing, like. But whether I like it or not, it doesn't matter. That's just the way the world is. So I have to adjust my sales and figure out how to do that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the way of the world, man. It's, you know, I have no
mm.
say. Do I like it? Not really, but it doesn't matter if I like it, you
Do
know?
I love it? Yes, I love it.
Yeah.
I
See,
absolutely love
Lorraine
it.
loves it. Yeah.
I love social media. I love connecting with the fans. I mean, I love it. It's a great way. And for me, you know, it really comes down to it's about the people.
Yeah.
You know, I love to be belly to belly with the people. And
I like that too. Yeah.
it's like that's the reason that we get to do this, you know. But going back to what you said about changing with the trends or whatever, I mean, that's one thing that I know for Tony, and it doesn't really matter what anybody whispers in his ear. He's going to be true to what he believes Blacklist Union is and what comes from his gut and his soul. So he's never going to change that, you know. I think that I am true to what I do as well, but I'm a different artist than Tony is, and the
Mm,
fact that, you know, I do have people that I listen to. I mean, at the end of the day, I listen to myself, but I do listen to Steve Brown. He's been my producer that opened the door for me to sign with Cleopatra Records.
yeah.
And so we have a really great friendship, and I respect him and what he did with Ace Frehley. So, you know, when he sends me a song that he wants me to collaborate with him on, you know, I really listen to it. I have to feel it. I have to love it and live it to make sure that it feels like me. But I'm open to hearing what people have to say. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm the boss of my own self. So I'm going to do whatever it is that I think is going to be right for me and authentic. You know, I never want anything to not sound like me. But yeah, I hope that that answers your question with that.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to let you guys go because yeah, time is pressing and you are busy, busy people. Um,
Yeah, I've got to do an Instagram post really soon. So I mean, I do love that. I love reaching out to people and having people reach out to me. And that's really the best way for people to connect with me is on socials because I will answer me. It might take me, you know, 72 hours, but I will answer you if you message me. So
okay. Well, Lorraine, Tony, thank you for taking the time to speak to us. Femme Fatal and Blacklist Union have got a single out called Jackson. It is absolutely amazing. There is more music coming like a steamroller. Just it's gonna you're gonna take over the world again. I've got no doubts about it. Thank you for taking the time to speak to me. I wish you all the very best on the tour. It's going to sell loads of tickets, but so anybody who's listening, get your tickets now while you still can. Guys, thank you very much.
thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
See you in September.
Oh, you
Mwah.
will.